Hello. So, I've been working for so long to make all of these plushes, and I have one thing to say. I hate hot glue now. Anyways, I made the pigs in the King Pig mode accessible after players like me got 3 stars in all of the original levels of Angry Birds. If you want more information, you can just look it up. There are videos explaining what the King Pig mode is. But without a further ado, let's get into the first plush, Red. I really think this plush turned out good for being the first pig we made. Of course, being the first pig we made, there was some modifications. I have a picture on my grandma's phone about how they originally looked, so after this, I'll try and bring it up. But yeah, this one turned out pretty good. Looks like a pig. His smile. On to the next plush. Or should I say plushes. The plushes of Jim, Jake, and Jack. These ones were also modified a little bit. Hit once again, but it was just the ears. They're more pointy than they were curvature, like actual ears. And Jake had a hole like right there in his ear. That's why you see hot glue. So yeah, trust me, the plushes definitely get more interesting after these 3. On to the next one. This plush was definitely the hardest but funnest plush to make. Chuck. Like, where to begin for this one? The goggles, we had to stack the white on this tan on the gray, and then we even made his hat along with these 2 rockets, which are actually stuffed. And he has this like little patch here because the first time around I felt like he was a little understuffed, so I restuffed him and put that there. Yeah, but nothing else to say except this was really the hardest plush to make. So this is Bomb. I really think this one turned out good. All of them really did. And if you just cover the wick, then it looks like a really good helmet pig. And I do think we did a good job with the helmet pig. And you can actually, we put a lot of hot glue here, so you can actually feel that the helmet is rougher than the actual felt. Now, it might look different from these other pigs because we actually ran out of felt making all of them. And this one, so, because they didn't have these little squares you used to make those ones, you had to get a new felt. And it was 2 yards. I don't know how long 2 yards is. So that's how I accidentally got 18 feet of felt. But yeah, it's like a little different material. So, on to the next plush. Rounding off the main gang, Matilda. I was being a little bit experimental here with the snout on drawing it on. I didn't really like that, so I didn't continue it with the other pigs. And it also bled through, so I had to like cover up with that patch. Also, this bowling ball. All very simple to make, just a circle, drew these little spots on. And also, I hurt my finger making this one. I had to get a band-aid and put cream on it, and it really hurt for so long. Like, even one of the later plushes, Stella's plush, it completely, like, stuck to my finger for a good few seconds. It didn't hurt nearly as long as it did from the injury in this one. But yeah, on to the next plush. This one I actually did completely on my own. Hal. The reason why I did Hal's on my own is because my grandma was helping my sibling make a gift for my grandpa. And I think I did a really good job by myself. The beak is actually around the size of Hal's normal beak on the plush, which I'm surprised I didn't actually calculate it to be like that exact size. And I did actually add like this like rope here where it was tied up at. Yeah, you can open his mouth. On to the next plush. The next plush is Terrence. once again, I think I did a really good, me and my grandma did a really good job here. Since he's bigger than the actual plush, it was a lot easier to put on all the little details, like getting him like this unibrow and the little spots around him. And he's cross-eyed, which I think adds to the character of him being the giant fat pig. But yeah, on to the next plush. Well, two plush. Bubbles and inflated Bubbles. I like how this one, we did it long because he's actually longer instead of like this way. And he is actually kind of like rough around the edges here. Kind of like if you would barely inflate a balloon or like left it out to de-inflate. And inflated Bubbles also is really good. Once again, I did a good job. I'm going to say that a lot. Sorry if you hear barking. My grandma's dog does a lot of that. This one wasn't very hard because it's basically just like a giant pillow. Also, this little like tie here, I got the idea from a cleaner Kirby plush that my sibling had. But yeah, on to the next plush. And sadly, this is the final plush. But this video isn't over because there's some modifications with plushies I've done. But Stella! This one was kind of hard to make. The eyelashes, I didn't like how they kept turning out. I feel like they didn't look very feminine to me. Until my grandma got the idea of making the eyelashes kind of like little strands. And also the bow was her idea as well. So my grandma definitely helped out making Stella's plush. So here they are all laid out together. I'm going to try and see if I can get my grandma's phone to show you the original pictures of the plushes. Okay, I was able to get my grandma's phone. You can see that like Red's ears weren't very good. Also, I like glued on little black pieces for his snout. I didn't like that. And his mouth didn't have teeth, which I didn't very much like either. So I changed it along with the blues having pointy ears instead of the round ones. So yeah, that was the modifications I made to the plushes. Now here's some fixes on actual Angry Birds plushes. So I'd say one of the little bigger improvements I've made is on Bubbles. I gave him this little tuft is like around equal to this one because it was originally cut off. Also the beak, we fixed it to where it's an actual beak. It had like a little hole in it. So yeah, Bubbles. This one, I honestly don't think you can guess it. Terrence. Okay, give up. His little tail feather, it was like kind of broken, so I hot glued it back on. I don't think that's even ever been shown in videos because we haven't used Terrence that much. But I've used him in Angry Birds too, and I've been kind of thinking of using Terrence more in videos. Okay, so here's Ross. I'm calling him Ross now instead of Minion Pig. His ear used to be really, like, flimsy. And it was kind of barely hanging on, but see? It's not coming off. Because we hot glued it. See? Can't really see it, but hot. Trust me, it's hot glued. Okay, next one. These ones? I'm so glad I was able to do it because it frustrated me. Well, and after you see it, it seems like something dumb to be frustrated by, but first off, Stella, I gave her actual, like, tail feathers because Stella and the other plush were Easter plush. That's why they have, like, little holes and stuff on them. And they came with bunny ears and also a bunny tail instead of tail feathers. And I hated it. So I just put, like, their actual tail feathers on. And the next one is Jim. Yeah, Jim's tail feathers. Basically the same thing with Stella, but it's Jim. I like Jim. And Bomb. Can't guess what I did to him. Okay, give up. I want to change his voice. I'm thinking of making it actually like Bomb's voice in like Angry Birds tunes, but I'm not changing Red's voice. I don't know why they made Red's voice from like the sound clips from like the original Angry Birds and Angry Birds tunes into what his voice is in the movie. It's very weird. Anyways, I'm probably just gonna like say a thing and what I think Bomb's new voice should be in. I want you guys to tell me if you think that I should probably change Bomb's voice. The Krusty Krab secret formula is the sole property of the Krusty Krab. Okay, so yeah, that's all the things I wanted to say. Goodbye. Please subscribe.